forces are... Oh, we've captured him. All right. Run away! Run away! We weren't able to run away, but it doesn't matter. War is over. Hey everyone, Joe here, and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3, the Roman Revival campaign. So in the last part, we had a bit of a very unexpected passing of our character, Duke Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he passed away from being ill. So now we take the reins as his intelligent son, Anakin, and I guess we can just refer to him as Anakin the Unready because he's only 3 years old. And another consequence of Obi-Wan dying way too soon is we lost the duchy to our brother Dak on succession. So we're gonna have to try and get that back. I'm sure we'll be able to get it back because, let's see, we do come with a pressed claim for the Duchy of Calabria, so we have a lot of time to get that back under our realm. So first and foremost, we need to kind of try to find a way to rationalize things, because Anakin over here has a domain limit of 4, and there are 2 counties over here that we can take off of Regni Administrandi, I believe, because we might have claims on them. No, we don't, so we're going to have to fabricate those claims. We just lost them on succession. So Regni Administrandi is going to be none too pleased with me. We're taking those away. Wedge is still in prison. I'm not planning on letting him out because of what he did. He basically was one of the direct reasons why Obi-Wan Kenobi passed away in the first place. So as far as I'm concerned, he can rot in prison for the remainder of his days. Okay, so first and foremost, before we go ahead and get started, we have council positions to fill. Our Chancellor can go ahead and be Regni Administrandi, and he can have his job back. And our Steward can be Mayor Iones. And we can just keep going on with business as usual. We are currently fabricating a claim on Malta. I'm going to stop that and start fabricating claims on Agrigentio and Messenia, just to bring them under and take them off of Regni Administrandi. And looking at the troop counts, it's going to be a walkover if we go ahead and declare war on Dak right now for our claim for Calabria. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to move our rally point over to Messenia first before I do that, and just press our claim for the Duchy of Calabria. And here we go. Let's start things off with a war. Nothing too complicated. We're just gonna go down and siege his capitals. And we've reached Reggio Calabria unopposed, and it'll take us about 5 months, but we're already able to assault the fort. But we're not going to because there's no reason to. It's best to just not waste those troops if we can help it. There's no rush. This war will be over very, very soon. And we can get a pretty decent alliance out of our mother if we betroth her off to this lady's son. So let's go ahead and do that. That's an extra 2,600 troops that we can just call in. And will they accept matrilineal? No, of course not. Doesn't matter. She's not of my dynasty anyway. She's just my mother. Alright, the siege of Reggio Calabria is finished, so let's head on up to Cosenza and finish things off. We'll probably get into a brief little battle as well. And it doesn't look like they are planning on running away, so there will be a conflict and we'll just completely demolish them. And in fact, I just captured the Chancellor of my brother, and that brought us up to 100% war score. Let's check to see. No. So taking him as a prisoner didn't change anything with the war score. So, and we can't ransom him off. So let's just go ahead and end the war. Easy as that. He can keep the counties. I don't care. I want to have this as a more unified realm over here. We can also declare war on Count Iones of Rossano. Or no, we can't. Why not? Oh, it's because he's not an independent character. Let's hold off on declaring war on this guy for Rossano, because that's should be rightfully ours now that we have Calabria as one of our duchy titles. I'm just gonna send my steward back over to Cosenza to finish up with converting the culture. You know what? I'm gonna opt to take the weak hook here, because it might be a little bit more valuable than just a little bit of extra feudal taxes. Oh, that was on Wedge. Let's see. I can revoke his title and use a hook, but it's still counted as tyranny. And I don't want to incur any tyranny. I don't really care for Malta anyway. There's no need for me to take that. And it turns out that my brother, Dak, is a curious fellow. And I'm gonna go ahead and have myself be educated as a diplomat. And find a good diplomat to educate me. Not many decent diplomat characters in my court, unfortunately. So let's just go with the person with the best stats, and it can be Dorothea. And it looks like that Duchess over there. Let's see exactly where you are. Okay, so you are out here in the middle of Anatolia or whatever. So yeah, let's go ahead and honor our call to war and send some troops over. And it's just going to take some time to get all the way over here to Mesopotamia. So I'm just going to fast forward the time. And our allies have already started with sieging down the fort, so we'll just come in to support. And the siege should take about 3 more days. Alright, there we go. Siege is finished, and it looks like we're at 100% war score, so it's just a matter of our ally enforcing their demands, really. And there we go. Quick, easy war. Oh no! Andreas! Oh, I knew it was coming soon, but I didn't realize it was coming that soon. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, well, rest in peace, my friend. You will be missed on the council and on the battlefield. So let's see what we have here. The best marshal would be Chieti Mundi, but he's our chancellor, and he's the best chancellor we have. Yeah, so the next best thing would be our steward, but we don't have anybody really that great to replace with steward. I mean, we could always put this guy, Dorotheos, on as our steward. And it would be just about the same. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Swap Mayor Iones over to Marshal, and then have Dorotheos as our steward. Andreas the Giant, you will sorely, sorely be missed. And take a look over here. We can get ourselves betrothed off to this Sophia Maurikios and get ourselves a pretty decent alliance over here with Opsicon. We're another 1,400 troops, and she has the intelligent trait, so let's go ahead, take that right away. We have a chance of having our child getting... Oh, no. It's guaranteed that our children will inherit the trait for intelligent, and it might intensify to genius. So let's go for that one. Now, hopefully she doesn't die. Let's also just go ahead and release this guy. We don't need him. Can we cook? Alright. Off you pop. Our marshal passed away, so it's like a revolving door over here. And his replacement is actually not half bad. 13 marshals, nothing to scoff at. So let's go ahead and assign Mayor Valerius to our marshal and have time continue to tick on. We are 7 years old, so we've still got quite a while before we come of age. So hopefully we have a couple of childhood events that will help us kind of mold Anakin a little bit better to suiting our needs. And it appears there is a faction that has been created by Greedo, of all people, to install Jabba to the Sicilian throne. Let's take a look at this faction over here. Oh, that'll be why, because Greedo wants a spot on the council, and he's actually a decent diplomat, all things considered. Let's see about our... So, Chieti Mundi, he would actually be better than Chieti Mundi. And Chieti Mundi... It's 1,200 men versus Greedo's 500 men. No, so it wouldn't be necessarily worth it to swap around because Chieti Mundi's more powerful anyway. Oh! That means Wedge died. What did he die of? He died of his wounds. He must have just, you know, been injured somehow while he was in prison. I don't know. Whatever. Good riddance. And I suppose that'll be why Greedo has started the faction, because he He probably is none too pleased with me leaving his father in prison for the remainder of his days, but hey, play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, am I right? And it turns out that I'm spending more time with my brother, and we are starting to become friends. Actually, no, we are friends, so all is forgiven with me taking his title. And it looks like he has a claim on Salerno. Let's take a look at Benevento to see. Yeah, they're a little bit weak now. They have a couple of alliances, but it looks like they're in the middle of a war, so they're gonna be a bit distracted. Let's go ahead and try and press that claim, just to make Dak like me a little bit better. Oh, well, we could, but we would suffer penalties for not having enough of prestige, so never mind, let's not do that just yet. And I can even negotiate an alliance with him. Do I want an alliance with him? Well, he already can't join factions, so it wouldn't really necessarily be that much of a benefit for me. No alliance with my brother Dak. Our culture has discovered Casus Belli, and it looks like our new focus will be city planning. So the Basilius is currently interested in city planning, and that'll be ready in 3 years. And then he will have all of the tribal technologies, and he will have no excuse to start going and researching. What do we need again? Oh, yes, that's right, battlements. We'll need battlements to start upgrading our cities further, so hopefully he takes battlements after we get city planning. All right, we've got a puppy. Amazing. Oh, what should I name her? I don't know. What should I name her? Should I stick to the Star Wars naming scheme with my pet dog too? Let's name her Jar Jar. Okay. Jar Jar it is. And we can just go ahead and take our claim on Agrigentio. And immediately send our bishop over to fabricate on Messenia. And go ahead and revoke Agrigentio. Since we have a claim, it won't give us tyranny, but it looks like he might not accept and go ahead and rebel against us. If he declines, it'll just be him, I believe. So, we can take him on. We have, well, let's see. He's got 1,200 men. He's allied with Greedo. That's an extra 500. He's also allied to this random countess over here for another 600, bringing him up to a total of a couple thousand. Meanwhile, we've got some pretty decent allies in Opsicon for 1,700, and this duchy over here for another 3,000 almost. So we can totally take on Kiadimundi if he chooses to rebel. Let's also preemptively raise our armies. And I figured he might. So let's go ahead and throw Greedo onto the council and call upon our allies to our war here. And they both will accept. So first things first, let's head over to Agrigentio to siege that down, since that's the war goal. And it looks like Kiadimundi has raised his troops from his capital all the way over here in the land that he was given a few parts ago. So 8 months to siege down. I'll let you know if anything interesting happens in between. Oh, okay. Looks like I have a bully. Okay. Well, whatever. Alright, so I'll let you know if anything interesting happens in between. Alright, interesting. So we can either become ambitious, sadistic, or paranoid. Let's go ahead with ambitious, because that is probably the best trait for us to have out of the three. There we go. So the only interesting thing that's happening right now is Kiadimundi is sieging down Palermo. He has 6 months left on that, whereas we have 3 months over here on this barony over here. So we'll have already sieged down and march over back to Palermo to have our little battle. All right, so in about a month, we'll be able to move on, and they've got 4 months left on their siege. Oh no! Jar Jar, where'd you go? All right, I'll be patient. Hopefully Jar Jar returns. All right, we've taken Agrigentio. Let's march back to Palermo. Says things are even. Let's take a look at our commanders. Who would be the best one? So the one we have right now is our best commander. He's a desert warrior. That doesn't really help us out here. So we'll just have it go purely based off of his martial skill. We'll get the defender's advantage since it's our territory. And it looks like they're going to try to run away. Are we going to be able to catch them in time? Yes. All right. So forces are pushing. We've wounded one of their knights, and we are making them rout. And there we go. We have a victory in Palermo. So let's go ahead, march over to Messenia, the barony over in Messenia, and siege that down a bit. And it turns out Kiadimundi is wounded. I will do nothing about it. Let's say theoretically, if Kiadimundi were to die, his titles would be passed on to his... Alright, so Constantinos, his son, will take this county over here. Who would get Agrigentio? Theodoros, his second son, Theodoros, would get Agrigentio, and his third son, Julianos, would get the county of Messenia. Alright, interesting. So let's finish up this war before he dies, in case he dies, that is. In an ideal world, if we finish this war in time and then he were to die, then cool. We'll be able to immediately go to war for Messenia if need be. Because we won't have a truce. Oh! Invalidated. Because it looks like Kiadimundi has passed away. Alright, well, let's go ahead and see about what's the deal with this new faction then. 2 of his sons have joined a faction to put this guy on the Sicilian throne. Neither of them have Agrigentio, so I can just go ahead and then declare war on Theodoros. No, I can't. Why not? Oh, no, revoke his title. Let's see if he'll give it to me. He might accept 84%. If he does, let's see if he accepts. Yep, cool. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. So now let's just wait for Messenia. Now the faction has 23% of my power. He's got about 250 men, and Justinios has 150. So for a total of less than 500 men, I'll easily be able to stomp out that insurrection there. So hopefully that faction doesn't really gain too much steam. I mean, both factions want to put someone else on the Sicilian throne, but I don't think either faction is gonna kind of combine because they have contradicting goals. Or they have slightly different goals, that is. And just checking to see if I can make any improvements to my council. Yeah, we can throw this guy up here and we'd have a little bit better of a steward, so let's go ahead and just do that. And he likes me a little bit better anyway, so nothing but good. Let's also go ahead and change Anakin's hairstyle. I like medium curls for him. And just checking in on our future wife, it looks like she's coming through pretty decently. So she's temperate, zealot, and pensive. All pretty decent stats, all things considered. So yeah, she's an all-around going to be a decent wife. And same for Anakin as well. He's clearly spec'd into diplomacy, but all around, he's gonna be an alright character. Just don't die, Anakin. We've gone ahead and finally discovered city planning, and now the current fascination is chronicle writing. What does that do? Casus Belli prestige cost, down 10%. Okay. Whatever. It's not battlements like I wanted, but if it makes Casus Belli a little bit cheaper, then I suppose that's okay too. Who died? Oh, the steward that I installed passed away, so let's go ahead and actually put Justinios on the council because he's a powerful vassal and he's just about as good as the mayor that I have on there. So hopefully that'll even take him out of the faction that is active. And for a steward, let's go ahead with, yeah, let's just go ahead with Dorotheos. I'm pretty sure he had that job before, if I'm not mistaken. Jar Jar is apparently a troublemaker. I lose either 50 gold or 20 opinion, or no, he loses 20 opinion of me. He's got 38 opinion, so I don't care. Just shifting over our marshal to Agrigentio since he finished in Syracusa. And it appears that this kid's mom died, the woman that I had an alliance with, but it's okay because I automatically get an alliance with him right out the gate. I don't have an alliance with him, but he's clearly the weaker brother of the two, so that's fine by me. We lose that 3,000 troop count, but hey, what can you do? And just checking in on our future wife again, it turns out she is chaste, which will actually not be as bad as you might think, because the less kids we have, the less complicated succession we'll get when we eventually pass on. So I'm not upset with that at all. As long as we get at least one, I'm happy. And our steward has finished with promoting culture, so he's just going to default back to collecting taxes because all of our realm holdings are Greek. Now I have the choice of becoming sadistic or paranoid. Paranoid will give me a -1 to diplomacy, 3 to intrigue, and then stress gain doubles. And remind me what sadistic does again? Sadistic is just intrigue increase, but general opinion -10. And I can use hostile schemes against my own children. Okay. I'd rather not take the hit to diplomacy. Let's just go ahead and do that then. And let's say I wanted to press for that county against Epirus. We have similar strength. They have more allies. Most of his strength is coming from his allies. Let's see, and yeah, I think if we're quick enough... well... Let's actually wait till he passes away, and we will go ahead and pin him. So that way, when he dies, watch the space, because we'll be able to just go ahead and jump in and try and take him by surprise. Oh no! I could have the choice of having a kitten. Give it to my educator, or look what's inside because I'm sadistic and gain 1 learning. Okay, short. +1 learning can't hurt. Sorry, kitty. And it looks like things are coming to a head with my bully, so I have just about equal chances of being successful with either outcome. So we can either fight him or convince him to stop. We have a slightly higher chance of being successful if we fight him, so let's go ahead and fight him. He stops bullying me. Awesome. I taught him a lesson. Everyone loves Jar Jar. And just checking in on Duke Phocas, he is still alive. We can move in on Benevento. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and press that claim for Dak. But the prestige cost is the only thing that's really stopping me from doing so. I don't want to lose a level of fame. Unfortunately, we're going to have to hold off on that. Call to war as an attacker on decline. He just loses 20 opinion of me. He already kind of dislikes me a little bit, so I don't want to hurt my chances of being able to call him in onto a war. So yeah, let's go for it. It shouldn't take too long. It's just against a chief. A chief with... Oh, no. It's against a Khan. Okay, well... Oh, it's against Kaisaria. Okay, then. Here we go. What's the target? Holy war for a chiefdom. This chiefdom over here. Okay, well. Yeah, let's go. Off to Crimea we go. We just have to be careful because in 11 months, the peasants are going to revolt. We've lost an alliance. Okay. So, we've just lost a decent amount of strength. Why did I have an alliance with you to begin with? I don't even remember. Maybe someone was betrothed to one of his siblings. I don't know. I don't remember why I had that alliance. So it's not the end of the world. We just lost out on all the men. And Duke Focus of Epirus is still alive. So my crush turned me down. Let's become stubborn because that is probably the best of the three. And because it gives us +3 stewardship and an increase to disease resistance. So even looking in, it looks like we're spec'd into stewardship, but we're not. That's okay by me. In about 7 months till the siege is finished, and in about 7 months, the peasants will revolt. So once we finish up here, we'll head back home. Okay, looks like Dorothea passed away and couldn't even bother to show up. Alright, whatever. Let's find a new teacher, a diplomat teacher. None of them are good, so next best person, I guess, Xena here. And I've got another bully. And less than a month to go. So once we finish up here, we're gonna head back home to defend the home front. Alright, taking the war goal, you can handle the rest. I'm heading home. And we finished that a little bit early, so in about 2 months, the peasants are gonna send their ultimatum, but we'll be back home by then. Yeah, they've got more than enough men to handle this. They've got a total of 5,000 men. Even if you take away my 1,600, that's still way more than what our enemy has, so they don't even really need me. Jar Jar wants to come to a council meeting. Every counselor loses 5 opinion of me if I bring Jar Jar. Understandable. Or I could slam the door at my begging dog's eyes. We need to set boundaries with Jar Jar, because if we don't set clear boundaries with Jar Jar, Jar Jar will get completely out of hand and possibly hand over everything to someone who should not have all of the power. But Jar Jar was hanging out with one of my knights. Yeah, Jar Jar is pretty great, I guess. Yeah, and another reason why I'd like to get out of this war is just the sheer amount of gold that I'm losing having my troops raised. So here we go. Peasants are revolting. It will take them 7 months to finish sieging down Syracusa, but we are already on our way. In fact, we can even land, and we're still probably going to win. Yeah, we'll win decisively, even with the recently disembarked debuff. There we go. And, yep, as expected, we just completely walk over them. So be it. Alright, let's go ahead and stand down. Takes 3 months to come back, but I don't care. I'm not planning on going back and fighting anytime soon. Let's go ahead and see what we can get out of him. Nothing. He revolted against me, so execute. That's good that we're also sadistic, because when we execute prisoners, we lose stress. So, always a plus. And it looks like they can send an ultimatum in about 3 years. Interesting. Okay. Alright, this decision is going to put us into debt, but that's okay. Because then I can go ahead and revoke this title from him. 48% chance he's going to accept. But that I don't mind, because even if he revolts, it'll kick off the faction war prematurely, and they do not have the strength to be able to take me on. So I'm just going to go ahead and first and foremost move my rally point to here in Syracusa and raise in in case they do revolt. Oh. That I did not expect. He gave up Messenia. Okay, so we can stand down then. And for Marshall, let's go ahead and just put Valerios on. That made this faction over here far too weak as well, so they're too weak to send the ultimatum now. Okay, cool. And it looks like the Marshal we just installed passed away, and we got an even better one out of it. Alright, I'm happy with that result. Also, let's take a look at potential stewards that we can swap out. Yep. No, wait, that's our new Marshal, so no. No new stewards yet. And just checking back in on this war with Kaisaria, we are kind of equal in strength now. Did he hire mercenaries? Potentially. I mean, he's got 3 separate wars going on, so he's likely to lose this one. And we are officially back out of debt. Awesome. And less than a year until we come of age and we can finally marry our wife. And I gain walking dog. That's a medium health boost for 10 years. Excellent. I'm being called to war again for a claim on a duchy. Do I even want to? Well, it would make him stronger overall and make the alliance a little bit more worth it. What is their strength versus ours? 13. So about 2,300 men versus our almost, well, not quite. We'll have enough. So yeah, let's go ahead and just help him go and get his duchy then. And that is this duchy over here. Okay. Let's go ahead and embark our ships and land on their capital over in Trebizond. And just get time ticking along. We are really losing some money right now. They've got a lot more men than us. I don't know how we're gonna pull this off. We would just need to go in and really push as hard as we possibly can. Alright, we are in Trebizond. It'll take us about 8 months to siege down. And it looks like our allies might be coming in to reinforce. Yep. No, it looks like they're not. They're marching over, probably to go chase down these armies there. Just be careful, because there's another group troops over there. Then you would have defender's advantage would help, but not by that much. I'd be careful if I were you. That's a 2-to-1 deficit. Here, let's. So yeah, they're gonna lose that battle. Yeah, I don't know why the AI thought that was a good idea. And we lost another battle up there. So... Wow. I'm a Grey Eminence. Excellent. Okay. Awesome. I'm a man now. I can marry my wife. Excellent. And even select a lifestyle. Just go ahead and just take a look and see what I can get out of this. Because I'm not really too concerned with befriending people to bring them in on as people that can't join factions, because we're not at that point where I have to necessarily worry about that. Let's see, how much money? We're really desperate for money right now. So let's just, you know, start off on a wealth focus just to bring in more money. So that did help a bit. We're still losing money, but not quite to the point that we were. Let's go ahead and take some money for our wedding. That helps a lot. That helps a lot. And since we're an adult, we can go ahead and sway our bishop to get even more money out of our temple holdings. Just got to be mindful of this army over here. They might stomp us if they try and catch us. Forces are... Oh, we've captured him. All right. Run away! Run away! We weren't able to run away, but it doesn't matter. War's over. Okay. So let's stop here. And council invitation. Can't disband. My army is here, so let's stop off over here. That's the closest I can go. Let's see. What? Oh, nice. I'm the chancellor. So that gets me a little bit extra prestige. Fellow vassals like me a little bit better, and even more monthly diplomacy experience. That's not helping me right now, but when I eventually make the transition over to the diplomacy focus, that'll be a lot more helpful. Because I'm thinking what we'll do is we will just go down the August tree and just try and get as much prestige as we can to help us with pressing claims. Because that's kind of been the limiting factor with most of these wars. And Focus of Epirus has died. Focus of Epirus has died. Focus of Epirus has died. Alright, so 1,200 men. And one alliance with someone from Croatia, another 2,000. 2,200 and 1,200 brings us to about 3,400. Out of all of my alliances, I've got 1,700 plus another 800, but they probably won't come in, and then this guy for another 1,100, so cutting it kind of close. All right. Maybe just hold off on bringing in this county over here. It's not necessarily the end of the world that we don't have it. So disband our army, 4 months to be able to raise fully again. Not a problem. Oh, apparently I had a prisoner. Oops. Alright, no big deal. It was probably just someone's doctor. The best thing for my wife to do right now is probably, honestly, just keep her on assist ruler. Just an even spread of stats is fine by me. I don't really need help in any skill particularly, because we're pretty well-rounded and we got decent stats all around, so. Ooh. That's an interesting turn of events. So, the Basilius has declared war on Croatia. Croatia's gonna be completely distracted. You know what? I've changed my mind. Let's take that. Because he's only got one ally, but she's going to be completely distracted by the Basilius. Let's just give it a go and see what we can do. All right. Raise our army over here in Cosenza. It's going to take a while because of... Oh, actually, no. It's been enough time. Okay, even better. He's called in his ally, but she's probably not coming. Simply because she's distracted by the Basilius. So let's definitely use this as an opportunity. I don't know the next time we're going to get a good opportunity to try and take Croton, I guess. Or no, Rossano. Yeah, the county of Rossano. Croton is a bishopric, apparently. So as time's ticking along, it'll be about 4 months until we are able to finish sieging down Rossano, and then we can head over to Epirus proper and take him on. In fact, looks like he has landed some troops over here in Reggio Calabria. Easily take him down afterwards. 6 months to go on the siege versus our 3 months. We'll be able to chase him out of our territory, if anything. Because we'll have the defender's advantage, we'll have the troop advantage. Our bishop has been swayed, so we're earning more money, paying for the war. Let's see, collect more taxes from our peasants. That will give us 15% more holding taxes, but lower development growth and popular opinion, minus 20. Cut non-essential expenditures, or things will work out in the end, because they always do. Yeah, that's fine. Things will work out. This isn't going to be that long of a war, and we're not running that big of a deficit right now, so we'll be good. A little bit more than a month left, and they've got 2 months to go. Alright, Rossano is captured. We're going to march down to Reggio Calabria. Bring him to me. I can jog his memory. Scheme exposed. Someone is trying to murder Xena. Do I know who? No, I don't. Well, it's not very likely to happen. Taking a prisoner or two. Let's see what we can get out of them. 10 gold? Sure. Why not? Ooh, and 50 gold out of this one. Let's take that. Yep, they're gonna try and run away. Cowards, but they're not going to be able to. And we have some pretty significant advantages here, and it's no surprise that we just completely clobbered them. Yep, alright, so now let's head over to Epirus proper, head over to their capital. We are here in their capital, about 5 months till the siege is over, but it's probably going to be less than that because of siege events and whatnot. I could pay this guy to get more feudal taxes. Try and use my diplomacy to make him do it. He'll just do it anyway, and... Yeah, let's pay him to increase the taxes because it'll benefit us long term. Yep, so an extra 0.03 gold actually. So it's going to be a while till we hit 0 gold, as long as we don't needlessly spend money. Right, 2 more months left on the siege. Just check our home and what's... Oh, so they're trying to take back Rossano. They won't be able to. I won't allow them to. 30 more days and then we'll head back and kick them out of Rossano. If need be. We might just capture him after the siege and just be done with the war altogether. Got a week left. Here we go. Nope. No prisoners. Alright. Head on back to Rossano. In fact, yeah, even with the recently disembarked, we'll be able to just clobber them. You know what? Let's stop swaying you. Because we don't need to anymore. He likes us. And just in the nick of time, here we go. And again, nothing but advantages. And there we go. Let's see. If we let him go, we will lose the ability to end the war. How much can we get out of you? 100 gold. That is absolutely worth a little bit longer of a war. I will take that. Because we probably will just need to siege down 1 more county, to be honest. And we'll be done in about 4 months. Just make time go by a little bit faster. In fact, we're even floating a very small profit still, even with all of our troops raised. Right, 40 days left to go, and it's likely this is going to be the end of the war after this siege. Yep, alright. Just check to see if we can sell any prisoners. Who are you? Nobody of any importance. Let's just gain a hook on them and let them go. Alright, and enforce our demands. So be it. And I can't. So let's march over to here. So we can go ahead and break our troops down. Wow, this war over here in Caesarea has really taken a turn. Oh. I honestly can't really be bothered with that. And I think, no, I didn't gain control of this county, but that's fine. That's fine. You know what? Let's go ahead and start swaying our wife, because we want her to like us a little bit better, so that way she has at least one kid with us. And we have enough for a stewardship perk, so taxman, you know the drill. Oh, the job of our marshal is never done. Let's also convert Rossano over to Greek culture. And again, this war with Caesarea has just swung in the opposite direction. This is a really wacky war. Alright. I'll leave it be. Extra money from an event. Also, let's go ahead and check out the wider world. So, this is a terrifying empire, but they are very far away from our realm, so we don't really have to worry about them too much. Aquitaine and West Francia have broken up. Burgundy, Brittany's pretty big. Oh, alright. West Francia and Bavaria, that looks about usual for Germany. Alba's pretty powerful. Sweden's in central England for whatever reason. In fact, Sweden is pretty powerful. Munster's doing a pretty good job. Estonia. Yeah. Alright. Interesting. Alright, well, if you were interested in seeing how the wider world is looking, there you go. Hungary's also looking pretty good too. Wallachia. Alright, cool. We have enough prestige to press for Salerno, but at this time, I don't know if I necessarily want to make Dak that much more powerful. I mean, he likes me pretty good, but I don't want him, like I said, I don't necessarily want him becoming too powerful, because that would put him one county away from being just about, or just, well, it would put him into a situation where he would be a little bit too powerful for my liking. I'm in no rush to kind of expand the realm. I'm just trying to, like, get things settled after everything that kind of happened with Obi-Wan. So, this is fine for now. In fact, to make things a little bit easier, because these guys are just gonna continually be a problem for me. This guy, whatever. So, let's go ahead and try and get Malta back under our sphere of influence. Alright, let Jar Jar go. Jar Jar does what Jar Jar wants. And our pal and brother Dak has brought Jar Jar back. Thanks, Dak. Excellent. Our wife is now pregnant. And let's go ahead and change Dax feudal contract. So increasing feudal taxes won't really help us that much. Levies, that'll give us about extra 30 levies, but let's go ahead and just, I'm gonna invest in the future and have him be on forced partition. So he'll have to stay, or those counties will stay in forced partition even after we've gotten primogeniture and whatnot. Okay. And I don't necessarily need an alliance with him. Let's just go ahead and upgrade what we can. I think that might be one of the only things we can upgrade. No, in fact, let's go ahead and take another trade port. More money never hurts. We've had a daughter. So we shall, well, she is nothing but a disappointment. So let's go ahead and name her. Let's name her Rose Tico. The biggest disappointment of them all. Another stewardship perk, cutting cornerstones, making purchases for upgrades cheaper. It looks like we can get some claims for Biggs over here. We don't want to give him the duchy because then it would just be him passing out of... But any of these other wars would also have him just be answering to the Duke of Durakian, so I don't know if that's necessarily a good idea. Let's take a look at who else we can declare war on. We can declare war on this guy over here in Tunis. Holy Wars. But we don't really have the piety to be able to do that effectively. And same for this guy down here in Africa. It's just, it's not worth the hit to my level of devotion. Oh wow, that's interesting. So the Estonians had enough land to go ahead and reform their faith. Interesting. All right, cool. So maybe soon they'll go over to, what do you call it? Feudal. Also, what the hell is this? Brescia? I've never heard of that kingdom title before. Does it have no de jure titles? Interesting. That just might be a created one. But he also has the Kingdom of Italy, so I don't... Alright, whatever. I just hope we get this ugly vomit green off of our map soon. Yeah, it's still there. Switch over to Italy. You get de jure claims. And it looks like our war with Kaisaria is going to end in a defeat. Oh well, I could have really committed to it and made an attempt to make us win it, but no skin off my nose, to be honest. Oh, interesting. So it appears that Biggs was the one that was trying to kill and then ultimately succeeded in killing Xena. Also, who are you? You have a claim on Corsica, Ajaccio, and... Okay, interesting. You're not sticking around. And we can stop trying to sway our wife. She's at 100% opinion of us. So this lady over here is allied to the Principality of Capua. And so she's kind of been the reason why I've really been holding off on trying to... Well, one of the reasons why I've been trying to hold off on pressing for Salerno. Just because she's got way too much men. It looks like we've got a 95% chance of killing her. So let's just go for it. Our first attempt. And we instantly get one agent. And no one else wants to join us, but that's okay. 95% chance of killing her, 95% chance of having it stay secret. Okay, let's go for it. And then once she's dead, hopefully there will be no alliance there, so we'll be able to better attack for Salerno. I know I keep jumping back and forth whether I want to take Salerno or not. I might as well, since we have a claim on it. Help us expand a little bit, you know. And moving our marshal over to train commanders, since all of our realm that we have direct control over is under control. And we're bringing in 10.8 gold a month. That is amazing. I love it. You know what? Why not? Let's try and sway this guy. We've got a 95% chance of succeeding every round, so... Hey, if it gets him to stop joining factions, I'm fine with it. She's aware that someone's trying to kill her. And it's no longer a 95% chance. It was a nice idea, but let's just go ahead and abandon it. It wasn't anything that I had my heart set on. So... That's why I don't like playing as intrigue characters, man. And it looks like Dak's wife is pregnant. Alright, good for you. Just need to get another one out of my wife. See. Let's try and seduce her. 90% chance? Yeah, let's go for it. Cancels the sway scheme, but I don't really care. It's not the end of the world. He really hates me anyway. So Rose Tico is pensive. She's either going to be a steward or a learning character. Stewardship perk, professional workforce. There we go. Jar Jar wants to come to another council meeting. Nah. Remember, we need clear boundaries, Jar Jar. And apparently this dude likes her. Alright, cool. I guess. Yep, let's get her father whatever he asks for. He has a favor hook. What can I use that? Yeah. I don't care about the favor. There's really not much I can use that for anyway. Until I get golden obligations. Anything for a father of Sophia's budding interest scheme success chance plus 15%. Okay. So it's almost guaranteed to win. And I will seduce my wife. We need a son. I want an intelligent or genius son. Please, wife, give me intelligent or genius son. Aww. Jar Jar's dead. Oh, the fact that it's named Jar Jar just is not making me feel quite as sad about it. Also, let's give Anakin a beard. I think he's old enough and earned a beard. So... definitely not a goatee. Let's just give him a nice short beard, because I like that look there. And now we're officially bringing in 11 gold a month. Let's see. What does Sophia like the most? Is she a pious person? Yeah, she's a relatively pious person. Wants to hear something entertaining. Well, no, she's zealous, so yeah, let's actually go for that. Smoldering chemistry. Success chance plus 20. We are united in marriage, and now united in heart. She is my lover. So, hopefully that means she will give me a son sometime soon. Could also try to romance her with a 100% chance of success. Let's do it. Make her my soulmate. Yeah, just sing her a love ballad. She'll love it. She's gonna love it. 100% chance to succeed. Within a year, she'll be my soulmate. Using my diplomacy to charm her even more. Dorotheos has finished his convert culture task. Let's just see if there's anyone better that we can put out there. No. Okay, so he's just gonna go ahead and collect taxes then. And excellent, my wife is pregnant. So hopefully that means we're gonna have a son. And Sophia is now my soulmate. Perfect. So she absolutely will just love me, and yes, son. And he's quick. Alright, well, that's better than nothing. And you know what? Let's name you, my son. You know what? Let's go with a character that's only ever appeared in video games. Let's go with a classic Kyle Katarn. There we go. So we've got Kyle Katarn Contomites. May he grow strong, bold, and powerful. Call to war for the Moisian claim on Obsicon. You know what? May as well. You can score some prestige out of it. And I'm going to move our rally point over here, just so I don't spend money on boats. That's fine. And let's just help out with the siege. We might even run into this army over here. Dak is my best friend now. He's my brother and best friend. It looks like there potentially could be a battle over here, but not likely since they're going out to sea. Oh, yeah, let's head over to Nicomedia. In fact, there might be a battle. Let's see what happens. This guy... Oh yeah, sure. Why not? In fact, he's an organizer. We can move faster with him. Yeah. Go for it, dude. And we'll probably win. Let's watch this battle. We've got the archer and cavalry advantage. So we're going to suffer some losses, but we're still going to go ahead and win. Yeah. We only lost about 300 men in that battle, so all in all, not much to complain about. Oh, and looks like we were able to catch this one too. And, ooh, we took the air. Nice. What can we get out of him? 25 gold? I don't even know if that's necessarily enough. But it's not my war, so I could honestly care less about the war score. So, yeah, that's fine. And we're just gonna continue to siege down Nicomedia here. We got about 4 months left. Stewardship, golden obligations. We can start demanding payment for hooks. Just not yet, apparently. I know I have hooks out there. Let me see. I've got a hook on Theochrista of Abydos, but she's got no money. This dude's got no money. Yeah, nobody has money out there that I've got hooks on. Oh, I've also got a hook on you. Can I demand payment from you? I have an available hook on you. Or no, does he have a hook on me? Oh, he has a hook on me. Why? I helped him. Oh, it's probably... Okay, never mind. Never mind. I clearly misread that during the event. Okay. Well, he's got a hook on me because he helped me, you know, make his daughter my soulmate. 92% war score. We siege down Tarsus. We should be winning. Also, we picked up a prisoner. Just a random baron. 30 gold. Sure, why not? And there we go. Victory. But you know what? With that, I'd say that's probably enough for now. The realm is under a lot more control since we lost Obi-Wan. I think with the next part, we should think about expanding more up towards Rome, because ultimately I'm going to want to have Rome as my capital. Yeah, so I think we're going to go ahead and start pushing into Capua, fill out the lower boot of the Italian peninsula, and then slowly start creeping our way up to Rome. And I know that with my Resident Evil 4 finale at the end, I had said that I'd like to try to get at least 2 videos out a week, and with a full week of being back to work with my full-time job, I don't know how feasible that's going to be, so I'm just going to try and at least get out this Crusader Kings video out. So expect there to be just 1 Crusader Kings video a week. So it's just with all of the traveling to work, actually spending the entire day working, and then all the extra planning and prepping that is involved with my job, I just would like to play it safe and just try to get at least 1 video out a week. So my goal for Crusader Kings is to continue to post it on Fridays, but don't be surprised if it comes out a little bit later than Friday, maybe even like on a Saturday or a Sunday. But my recording days are going to be likely to be Saturdays, and then I'll just go ahead and post throughout the week, and then schedule it to upload and post on Saturdays. So with that, I hope you enjoyed. If you liked what you saw, please feel free to hit the like button. If you disliked it, absolutely hit the dislike button. I will not be upset. If you want to see more from me, hit that subscribe button, and I will hopefully see you in the next one.